Okay.
All right.
Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
How are you?
Yeah. How's it going?
Yeah.
My
tell us in
name's
the
John.
comments.
Oh.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, let's check in. How you guys
Yeah.
doing? How you feeling?
Yeah. How's the summer going?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Have you had enough water today?
Ooh.
Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Anyway, my name is John.
My name is Sierra.
And this is
And they were readers.
But apparently today we're doctors.
Just checking in.
Yeah.
You know, as kind friends do.
Absolutely.
All right. So today, y'all, today we're what?
No, go.
Okay, we're doing the mid-year freakout tag, which is something that when I started watching BookTube 4 years ago, I was like, I just want to participate in this tag for some reason. I love the questions that are on this tag. I love that the community just like, for the most part, participates and we all get to find out how everyone's doing in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
So there's a series of questions that I found from Peruse Project's page. Yeah, so the first question, obviously, what's the best book you read this year?
Yeah.
I think you should go first.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where'd you
yours is
put
good.
it? Oh, I put it right here.
I forget every time
yeah.
that this is yours.
Yep. So far this year, In Memoriam by Alice Wynn has been my favorite book. There's a lot of good contenders, but this one, I talked about it in our last video, because in our wrap-up, so if you want to know more in depth, go watch that. It takes place in World War I, early 1900s, queer romance, but also definitely like a war novel, and it does both of them so well.
Yeah.
In Memoriam. Read it.
One of the best war novels I've ever read.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, this is probably no surprise to the people watching, but my favorite book this year was The Housekeeper and The Professor by Yoko Ogawa. To be honest, I've had a pretty rough reading year. I have had no 5 stars.
Wow.
Isn't that so sad?
I'm so sorry. I had 2 last month.
I know. I was like listening to you talk about all the books that you loved, and I was like, yeah, that's great. I'm so happy for you. I really been struggling.
There's like this Squidward. Oh, you watch SpongeBob.
Okay.
There's a Squidward meme when he's like looking out the window and SpongeBob and Patrick are playing. I'll put it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you were also reading a lot of the books that I've been wanting to read, so I'll take it.
This is true.
We just had an argument about it, to be honest.
We did. We had a discussion.
Yeah, it was a fun argument. It wasn't a bad argument. I think arguments can be fun.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know. We never fight. We're just arguing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Like that. That's an example of what the discussion / argument was like. Okay. What I loved about this book. So I talked about it a while ago. A subscriber actually recommended this book to us, and thank you so much, because I basically mentioned that I love when math and literature meet, and this book does it so beautifully. It's a short read. It's a simple read. It's beautifully written. It tugs at your heartstrings, but isn't done in a way that is manipulative. It's just like the reality of what it means to be living in these circumstances, and I think that's really beautiful. So highly recommend if you want a quiet, simple, easy, enjoyable read.
Nice.
Okay, next. What's the next question?
Next is the best sequel you've read in 2024.
Whoops.
Which I have read 2. Which is not normal for me. I don't read a lot of series. So mine is, where is it? Still back here. Another one that I talked about in our last video. Crooked Kingdom by Lee Bardugo. This is the sequel to Six of Crows and the Six of Crows duology. I just talked about it literally last week. So highly recommend. The characters in this book, they're just like, it's found family, but
yes, it is.
Also just it takes what you learn in the first book and goes deeper and in a great way. It doesn't lose pace even though it's longer.
Okay, so mine is a technicality. Okay, my favorite is a technicality. It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover, because I've only read one series / duology. And for that, I apologize to the court. It honestly was better than the first.
It was. It definitely was.
I gave it, I think, like 4 stars, and that's wrong. So scratch that decision that I made past
We
week.
have both lowered those ratings
Like
from
a
the
lot.
first time we talked about them. Yeah.
But I thought it was fun, the second one. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I remember enjoying myself in the second one.
Yeah.
So for that, I will give it props.
There you go.
But I'm giving us asterisk.
Yeah.
The Flowers of Buffoonery by Osamu Dazai is not a sequel, but it is like the follow-up to a novel.
Yes.
So that got me out of a reading slump. So props to that book.
Yeah, that's a good one. Next is new releases you haven't read but want to.
I'm so excited about this prompt.
Go for. Do you have? I have two.
I have two too.
Oh.
So the first one is a recent release for May. It was The Goddess of the River by Vaishnavi Patel.
Oh yes.
It's the same author who wrote Kaikeyi, and it's a mythological retelling of The Goddess of the River. So it looks at the historical context, but also writes it from the lens of the women in that story. And so I'm really excited to get to it because I liked her writing. I remember I felt like sometimes it got slow, like pacing wise, so I'm curious to see how this one picks up because I know that her writing has just probably gotten better, hopefully. I don't know. I'm excited. I've heard good things, but I also haven't seen it like pop off yet on the internet, so I'm curious as to like what the results were. So I want to read it for myself.
Nice. My first one is called Beautyland by Marie-Helene Bertino. It came out in...
So pretty.
It's a very pretty cover. It came out the 16th of January, 2024. I'll read the little blurb. At the moment when Voyager 1 is launched into space carrying its famous golden record, a baby of unusual perception is born to a single mother in Philadelphia. Adina Giorno is tiny and jaundiced, but reaches for warmth and light. As a child, she recognizes that she is different. She also possesses knowledge of a faraway planet. The arrival of a fax machine enables her to contact her extraterrestrial relatives, beings who sent her to report on the oddities of Earthlings. For years, as she moves through the world and makes a life for herself among humans, she dispatches transmissions on the terrors and surprising joys of their existence. That really sums us up, honestly. But at a precarious moment, a beloved friend urges Adina to share her messages with the world. Is there a chance she is not alone?
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah. It has an average rating of 4.34.
On Storygraph. With like over 900 reviews.
Yeah.
It's not like 3.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay,
so
I like.
Yeah.
The other one I want to read is Blue Sisters by Coco Malors. I read Frankenstein and Cleopatra by the author and enjoyed it.
Frankenstein.
Sorry, what did I say?
Frankenstein, Cleopatra.
You're right. I didn't love it, but I thought it was really well done.
Okay.
So I'm curious as to see what this author comes out with more. So, and I like the cover.
That's fair. The one that my second is Wandering Stars by Tommy Orange.
Oh right.
I just read There last month, loved it, and this is his next novel surrounding the Sand Creek Massacre.
Dang.
Yeah. So
in Colorado.
Looking forward to reading that. His writing in There was really good, and I'm here for it. So
nice.
Yeah.
The next one is most anticipated release for the second half of the year.
Yeah.
So it has not come out yet.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are ready for Intermezzo by Sally Rooney.
Yeah.
As a small booktube channel, we clearly do not have access to books ahead of time, like the other booktubers. So you've already probably seen people talk about Intermezzo.
Yeah.
But we haven't read it yet.
Yeah.
So
well, wait like the rest of you guys.
Yeah. we'll read it together with you in September.
Yeah.
So yeah, that comes out in September 2024.
Yeah, but we are big fans of Sally.
I've only read one Sally Rooney.
No, you read 2.
I did?
You didn't read Beautiful Things, were you?
No.
No, wait.
I just gave it to you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I read 3.
I know. All right.
Okay. Wow.
Do you have 1 or 2?
For what? You really threw me off with the fact that you've only read one Sally Rooney.
You're like, what?
I'm in a different world. Mine is Shy Creatures by Claire Chambers.
Oh.
Wait, is this
I don't
answering
know.
the right question?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know these things that you speak of.
I looked it up. It comes out the 12th of November, and it is kind of like a mystery.
Oh.
There's this woman that is working at some like care facility, and they get this patient who comes from a home where he was living with 2 of his aunts, and he is like mute. Yeah, they just find him like living with his aunt, and one of the aunts dies as soon as they like find her, and then he goes to this house and they discover things, like the main lady and the guy discover things about each other, and it's gonna be interesting. That's all I got. I liked the cover. That's why I'm here. I liked the cover. Okay, I admit it.
The next one I chose is also because of the cover. Bear with me.
Wow.
It's The Anthropologists by a name that I don't actually know how to pronounce because I don't understand the language. I don't know what language it comes from, to be honest.
Fair.
But It comes out tomorrow,
Oh.
our time. So by the time this is up, it's out.
Yeah.
So if you want to read it, let me know how it goes. Because I'm not going to get to it.
That's fair.
I'm in the middle of reading The Book Thief and like 6 other books.
Yeah, this is true.
It's like vignettes. I don't know if it's vignettes necessarily, but you're looking into someone's life, living everyday life. And I really enjoy that. So it's not like the plot doesn't seem too intense. There's not something that like too much that's going on. It's just literary fiction that talks about looking at apartments and living your life, and people get sick, and it's just kind of stepping into someone's world for a brief moment. And it's the quote here says.
So the next question is biggest disappointment. I have 2 answers. My first one.
Let's say it together. Oh no, you don't. Never go ahead. I thought we were all gonna say Colleen, but it's fine.
Oh, I wasn't disappointed because I wasn't expecting great things.
That's tough. Well, that's
there was no nice way to say that.
Yeah. That's really tough.
That is tough, but I came from Verity, so I didn't have high expectations, so I wasn't disappointed.
I feel like someone of you might like Verity, and I'm sorry.
And that's fine.
Yeah. That is also fine.
Mine is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh, way more people like Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think it was a letdown for me.
Yeah.
Like, I expected it to be better. It's talked about all the time. It's like this huge, like, I don't know, renowned classic. And I thought it was just okay. So, I'm so sorry if you love Pride and Prejudice. I don't hate it. I was just like, it was meh to me. And that's that. My other one is romantic comedy.
Yeah, that's a good answer for this question.
Thank you. I was giving romance a chance, and it almost just made me give up because I did not enjoy. It was just all right.
I saw an old woman about to buy it the other day, or buying it at
And
house.
you were like, don't do it.
I almost said, you don't want to buy
Yeah.
it. But not because.
Put that one back.
I just kind of was like, I don't know if you think, like, I don't know if it is what you think it is.
Yeah. But, like,
but then I didn't say anything because I haven't read it, and I don't know this woman.
That's fair.
So.
Yeah. And maybe she's like been waiting to read this book for so long.
And that would be a devastating thing to say.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Next one is biggest surprise. For me, it was Project Hail Mary.
Oh.
I went into that book being like, okay, I know my friends love this book, but I don't really like sci-fi. I don't like when things are not written beautifully, which this book doesn't really do.
No.
And I don't really need humor in my books. And that was one of his top things about this book, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like it. It was really good. Yeah. So I was really surprised.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. It didn't surprise me because I do like sci-fi and all that stuff. Mine, I have 2, again, I'm sorry, is Flowers of Buffoonery.
Oh,
I didn't expect to love that book as much as I did.
Yeah.
And in the same vein, East of Eden by John Steinbeck.
That's a huge surprise.
That was a big surprise.
Everyone's like shook. What?
I didn't want to read it. I got it in like our TBR jar challenge.
Yeah.
She was like, read a book more than 500 pages because she hates me.
Yeah.
And that was the only one I had. And I've never been happier. I wasn't at the time. You didn't know you were doing something good.
I did. A little.
You said that was the only bad one in there.
I thought you were going to read Project Hail Mary, and Project Hail Mary clocks in at like 476. Yeah. And so I was like, that's my bad. Yeah, I should have looked up how many pages it was.
That's okay. It happens. And it was good. It was a big surprise.
Yeah. And I read Steinbeck last month because of that. So I will read East of Eden probably after I graduate. But at some
probably
point.
in the year 2035.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next one is favorite new author.
Yeah.
Mine is for sure Sophia Sinclair. I think her prose, her poetry, but like the way that it was constructed and the writing and the word choice was stellar in her poetry collection.
Stunning.
Best way to describe it. And I think like being Caribbean American from Jamaica, right? Like having that connection was also really impactful. But I think independently the prose and the writing itself stands on its own. And I think it was just beautifully done.
Mine is, drumroll please, Emily Henry. I know. Hold on.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just busted my
calm down.
No,
you ready for the explanation?
No,
okay,
I just am shook that it's not your biggest surprise versus your favorite new author. My brain was like, that's the biggest surprise you could have said to me right now. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like for me, that it was a book that you loved is the biggest surprise to me.
So it should have been like John Steinbeck or like Dazai.
Yeah.
Those are the thoughts and I do love them.
Okay. I thought it would be Alice Wynn.
Okay, you're making great points. But let me say what I need to say.
Understood.
And then you'll understand.
Okay.
All the people that she mentioned, phenomenal authors, and I do love them.
Okay, that's fair.
Emily Henry's writing gave me... Okay, the only book I've read is Happy Place. So
Sure.
Happy Place by Emily Henry gave me hope for an entire new genre of literature that I didn't have appreciation for before. And for that, I would say she's my favorite new author. Because before then, my romance was lacking. I did some romance way in the past, and I did romantic comedy, and I was like, this genre as a whole just isn't for me. And then I read Emily Henry, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is romance.
Sure.
And now I have more Emily Henry on my TBR. I have Abby Jimenez. I'm open to a whole different genre, and for those reasons, Your Honor, I have said Emily Henry.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is newest fictional crush.
Yeah. I had to really reach for this one, and I chose Carrie Soto. For Carrie Soto's back. She is described to be really pretty, and she plays tennis.
The way that you're just like, I kind of think that she's fine.
Yeah, I couldn't think of all the books I've read, none of them really made sense.
I'm in the same boat. I actually did not choose one.
Yeah.
Because all the books I read do not have any characters that are written to be
attractive.
No, the point was to have a crush on them. Or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I want to read more romance, and I think that would have been maybe the category in which I would have fallen into.
Yeah.
But the books I've read, I would not be appropriate probably to choose a crush from them.
There you go.
So
there you go.
We're gonna skip that one from now. But we added one, so
we did.
Stay tuned.
What's next?
Newest favorite character.
Oh, this was hard.
It was hard for us, yeah. Because again, the books we read aren't made to make you be like, oh, I love this character.
Yeah.
It's like,
I have two.
Okay, I think based on what you've read, I have some guesses, but I might be shocked again.
That's fair. You can guess the first one.
Okay. Oh, I'm between two for one duology.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm between Kaz and Jesper.
Yeah, and that's good.
And I think you ended up with Jesper.
Well, I said Jesper first. But I would say Kaz now. I think if you were to ask me who my favorite member of the Crows is, I would say Jesper. If you were to ask me who my new favorite fictional character is, I would say Kaz.
I fully support that.
Okay, cool.
Not that I have any bearing, but
but it makes sense to you.
Boat.
Okay,
and I think for me it'd be Inej and Jesper.
Or tied.
And then Kaz was my favorite character from that duology.
I think Kaz, the main character, I guess character in
the leader of the Crows.
The leader of the Crows in Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom is Kaz Brecker. He honestly was just really down on his luck as a kid. Went through some trauma, got tricked out of a lot of money, ended up on the streets and built a name for himself, and then became the leader of the Crows. And
I got chills just now. So I think that's the best character.
He walks with a cane, and he is a really good fighter and a really logical strategist that plays that's a theme throughout the whole duology.
He's very intelligent. And even Leigh Bardugo, someone asked her one time, wow, you must be so smart to write a character like this. She's like, you don't have to be more intelligent than the character because you have a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
You just have to, you have the full story. And so I can make Kaz brilliant.
Yeah.
Way more intelligent than I am because I have the full story. And I think Leigh Bardugo is probably a genius, and that's fine. She's just being humble.
Yeah. She's a phenomenal storyteller.
Yeah, but I also think that's a really cool perspective to have, and that Kaz is, in fact, very intelligent.
Yes.
And the way that he's written exemplifies that beautifully.
Absolutely. So Jesper is my favorite Crow, but Kaz is a phenomenal new character.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And my second is the main character in Project Hail Mary. Yeah. I didn't want to say his name because even that's a spoiler. But
that's true.
But yeah.
I agree.
The main guy in Project Hail Mary is a new favorite fictional character for me.
I think that's a great... Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you.
No, I'm with you. I think that from So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. Alara is the sister of the main character in this book.
Okay.
And she's so cool.
Okay.
So the next one is... The next one is Books That Made You Cry.
Yes.
I think the book Thief is going to make me cry. But I haven't gotten to it yet.
That is my first answer.
Okay.
It's the Book Thief.
Okay, I'm going to cry. But I've not cried yet.
No, yeah. I only cried at the end. So good luck.
No, I think I'm screwed. Yeah.
No, it's very good.
Do you have another one?
Oh, yeah. Minor Detail. I cried in Minor Detail. Yeah. Yeah. Minor Detail was too real, and I explained it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you want to talk about what it is real quick for people who are new?
Sure. Minor Detail is a Palestinian book. It follows two different women across history. One is in like the mid to late, I think, 1900s. I think it's like 1970s-ish. And then one is modern day Palestine. And the first section is gut-wrenching in and of itself. And then the second section seems like it's going to start off like lighthearted and very normal day-to-day life. And then it is even more somehow gut-wrenching than the first half at the end. So I think by that point, and I read it in one sitting, my heart was just like, I can't do this anymore. And like Palestine is actually like actively suffering. So it was just things on top of things on top of things. I was like, I'm bawling.
Yeah.
So
wow.
that was that.
Mine is Cannibal by Sophia Sinclair. This one, I've already talked about a lot already in this video, and then literally last week, if you want to watch that one. So good. So good. I made him, like, in between shoots, I made him sit down and read a poem and be like, you have to understand why I love it, okay? And then he did.
I had assigned reading. Okay, so next is book that made you happy.
Ooh!
Yeah, other side of the coin.
Yeah.
And mine is Happy Place by Emily Henry.
That makes sense. Very nice.
Yeah. What's yours?
Oh!
Yeah.
The Cat Who Saved Books.
Oh,
it was
that's
so
a good one.
cute.
That's a good one.
It was just adorable. Made me a little happy inside.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next is the most beautiful book you've bought or received.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Tin Man. My copy of Tin Man
is stunning.
This year is the most beautiful book I've purchased for sure.
Yeah, you bought that at our local bookstore.
I did. That's
really cute.
Yep.
Okay, mine are you gonna show you have to show that picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll put them in.
This is It Would Be Night in Caracas, which I love the cover. Okay, I don't know if you can see it.
Because it's a little dark.
But sorry, what? These are plants.
Yeah.
And then these leaves are faces.
Wait, they're leaves?
But I don't know what it's about at all. So, I don't know what the cover means. But I like it.
Yeah. Sometimes you can buy a book for its cover.
That's exclusively what I did with this one.
Okay, the question that we added is the most unhinged book that we've read in 2024.
Yeah.
Mine is... Oh, it's right here. The Bandit Queens by Parini Shroff. I've talked about it before because I read it for API month. It's about wives killing their husbands. That's what it is.
That's crazy.
And like obviously the story is a lot deeper than that.
And also
really
like it's for reasons.
Yes,
Those reasons are really
it's not just like a one day they're like, you know what, I think I'm gonna kill my husband. No, there's reasons.
That's crazy.
So highly recommend unhinged book, but fun.
Okay, my unhinged read. Sorry, unhinged is funny.
My hun.
My hun is the We're gonna take all of that out.
Try again. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, my unhinged read of 2024 so far is between two, but
don't stop.
But the really took me off. I'm like, of course there might be two.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, okay, Sula by Toni Morrison, but what won was The Vegetarian by Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so weird. It's so weird.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just in a way.
In a way.
Like in a good way, yes, but sometimes I was like, okay, yeah, right, that's normal. It wasn't normal, none of it was normal, but I loved the themes, and I thought it was a really good unhinged women read.
Nice.
But I, honestly added the unhinged category because I wanted to talk about this book again. So, highly recommend. Love.
What books do you need to read by the end of the year? I
have so many.
Have a lot, but I'm saying some that are non-negotiables.
I narrowed it down to, if we're doing non-negotiable, then I'm narrowing it down to 3.
Okay. We'll do back and forth. Hit me with the first one.
All right. The first one is a book that I've been trying to read for over a year. And I'm like, Sierra, baby, you gotta do it now. You gotta just finish it. Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer.
Yeah, so that's...
Girl, you gotta finish it. It's so good. Why? What you holding back for?
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not on my list anywhere here because it is one of my favorite books of 2024.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my first one is The Road by Cormac McCarthy.
All right.
I have it with me, but I'm started it. I was 9 pages in, but I think I'm gonna read Mice and Men first.
Oh yeah, that's an easy one to just drop.
But I want to read The Road because I've heard so many good things about it.
Oh, next. John was like, you have to read this book, and I said, okay, I'll add it to the list. Minor Detail.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I have to read that one, absolutely. And so I want to read it this year.
My next one is The Spirit Cuts Through Water. I have heard nothing bad about this book. I own it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't make that up. Okay.
Yeah. I will probably bring it on vacation with us. I want to read it so badly because I just think it's going to be... I'm excited.
Okay, that means I might read it. Okay. And the last one for me... Ooh, I need to read James Baldwin. So The Fire Next Time is on my list.
Yeah. You got to read James Baldwin.
Yeah. And I think, like, after reading Sophia Sinclair and seeing how James Baldwin's work shaped hers, I'm like, you got to read the OGs. Yeah. So that's what I'm on. Sorry? No. So that's what I'm trying to do. You can't laugh when I'm trying to reset.
Sorry.
Okay, ready? So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Stop! Okay, now you're going to have to keep it all in.
Probably.
It's confusing.
Mine is The Ten of Wildfell Hall. It's a non-negotiable because we have to read it together, and it's been one of all the books that Sierra's told me to read, and that's a lot.
Sorry, it is a lot. That's like one of my toxic traits.
Ten of Wildfell Hall has been one of the, if not the most important one. But I've been afraid of classics for a while.
But you also read so many.
I know.
But also fair that, like, if Pride and Prejudice was your greatest disappointment, that, like, I would understand the apprehension towards reading another classic. So
but I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it.
Thank
you. Also,
I'm also a little scared because I haven't read it in 2 years, and I'm like, is it as good as I remember?
We're gonna find out. White Nights by Dostoevsky.
Oh.
I bought it. It's short. I want to read it.
I have Crime and Punishment now.
That's true.
Randomly.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I got it.
Yeah, and don't ask her when she's gonna read it. But I think that's all of my questions.
Yeah, thanks for checking in.
Thanks for watching.
If you want to answer any of the questions in the comments, we love to read them.
Let us know. And I guess we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.